Hey guys, it's Camille from Chicken Scratch and Sniff. I'm so glad to be back on video with you guys. I missed being able to talk with you, but my kids have been in school for 1 whole week now, so I feel like I can finally get back on and do a video without everybody screaming, right? So today I'm going to share with you 5 ways you could bring in some fun into your Come Follow Me lesson this week. So this week we're talking about Helaman chapters 13 through 16. It's all about Samuel the Lamanite. So if you have my key events, I sell these in monthly packets, right? So grab this, and on it is this wall with Samuel the Lamanite. So I cut it out, I cut around Samuel, and then I just stapled it. So it's just a little chain loop like that. If you don't have my key events and you don't want to buy it, sad, but that's okay. Just make your own, okay? And then grab some Q-tips, okay? Really easy. There's lots of little bow and arrows that you can make. Q-tips is just one of the easiest ways that you can do it. Now you're just going to bend your Q-tip a little bit like I did here, and you're going to put a rubber band on it, just a small rubber band. You can make little notches or tape it on, but I like quick and easy, and I'm just going to have my kids do it themselves. So then you just put the rubber band on like that, and you cut these toothpicks in half, so the cushy part is the point of the arrow, okay? And you just put it in the rubber band, and you pull it back, and you let it go. Oops, that one failed. But usually it's pretty good. Alright, so there we go. Oh, hit my ceiling. And what we're trying to do is put it inside these cups here. And so before they can shoot an arrow or make their bow and arrow, you talk about the chapters that you read, or they have to answer a question. So since it was only 4 chapters this week, we got through them pretty fast. We read a chapter a day in our family. And so this is a good opportunity to do some review. And so I can ask them questions about the week. Some really easy places to find questions is just grab the seminary manual or the institute teacher manual and just read some of their questions or make up your own. The Come Follow Me manual obviously has all kinds of great resources. So grab that and just go through some of the questions there. And then before they shoot, they have to answer that question. And then if they get it in, they get some kind of prize, whether it's a pat on the back, a Skittle, you know, whatever. And if they accidentally hit Samuel the Lamanite, then they have to like go run a lap or do a push-up, something fun like that. So just make it fun, right? Fun little review thing. Now at the bottom of the key events, I cut it all up, you guys. So at the top is the summary, right? It's a good way to review. You could do that before this as well. And then these parts are the principles that you can you want to make sure that you teach this week. But at the bottom, there's little extra things. And this week is the prophecies of the birth and death and when they were fulfilled. So you're going to read some of these next week and then some of them in 2 weeks. And so what you can do is do a matching game with these. So cut up this half where it says what the prophecy is. And then, and then assign people these scriptures here. And when they read them, they have to match them to one of these, okay? But then, this is a free printable that I made years ago. You can tell by the different graphics. That is on the site, and I've already linked to it in the Come Follow Me post official thread in our private group. And I'll put it in the email today as well. You can print this one off, and then as they find these, they glue it under the right one. But then you say, why is this a good sign for this event? So for example, with Christ's birth, you have the new star. Why is that a good sign? Why would that be used to talk about the Christ's birth? What is the symbolism in that? And then take it one step further and say, okay, well, what's something that might be like that when we're looking forward to Christ's second coming now? What is a prophecy that could be similar to that parallels the second coming? And so talk about those things, write it on this paper so that you guys can remember, and then you can hang that up and kind of ponder it throughout the week. I'm all about, if I'm going to use the handout, I want to make sure that I want, that it's going to be used more than just 5 minutes. And so I like hanging things up on my fridge, on the garage door, on the front door, just somewhere where my kids are going to see it and take 30 seconds to say, oh, right, we did that this week. Or actually read it again and remember those things and ponder them again, okay? So go and do that. Number 3 is my new Gospel Fun Kit. Is called Who Said It? And it's great for this lesson. It's great for next week's lesson. It's all about listening to the prophet, all about listening to God, okay, and learning how to hear him better, right? And so it's a great way to prepare for general conference as well. So in Who Said It, we love to play like little quiz games in my family. Like Kahoot is super fun. My kids love to make their own. So for this one, I made a couple of quizzes for you guys to do and fun ways to go about them. So there's a PowerPoint presentation. If you don't have PowerPoint, that's okay. You can use Google Slides, which is free on the computer, or I made it into a PDF and you can use it that way as well. Just scroll through. But there's these little scorecards and you mark off your answers, and there's different points for every answer. And sometimes there's more than one answer, sometimes it's just one answer. And so you mark it off and you tally up your points. And then there's a winner chicken dinner at the end, okay? But there's some great gospel discussion questions that you can tie in to help continue to talk about this subject. You can even use them as you do this as well. And then there's one where you talk about, there's like one that you fill out yourselves and you try to guess who answered which question which way in your family. So for example, I can't even remember one of the questions, but if it was, what ice cream flavor would you be if you had to be an ice cream? And I said fudge brownie because I love chocolate and I'm sweet, or whatever, you know. And then my family has to guess who said that answer, and if they guess it right, they get points, and if they don't, then they don't. If they guess the wrong answer, they could get negative points. And so then you just have fun with that and talk about how we need to become familiar with people's voices. And as we become familiar with God's voice and how we feel the Holy Ghost, it's much easier to recognize those truths, to follow those truths, and to listen to the prophet. So it's a great fun activity. And because it's done on PowerPoint and stuff, you could totally invite your extended family to do it with you over like a Zoom or something and do it all together. Make it way more fun. Okay, number 4, we want to be like Samuel the Lamanite and share the gospel with others. So print out some of my leaf handouts. These are free up on the blog. Again, I put the link in the email and I will put it in this video as well. But there's a couple of different versions of this. It says, believe us when we say you're amazing. And then there's one that does amazing with the corn version instead. So you can do it either with the leaf theme or the corn theme. And then you attach a treat to it. Our favorite treat to do is sugar cookies that you then divide the dough into and dye different colors. And then you roll out all the colors together. So then when you put the leaf cookie cutter on, you get some green and some yellow and some red. And so it's just a fun fall cookie. And then you package it up and put an acorn and a leaf on it and go and surprise somebody. So you could do it just with the leaves. You can attach a key event outline with it to kind of share a message with them, make it easier for somebody that might be struggling with Come Follow Me right now. You can do this version with some Q-tips and just encourage them to have those lessons in their family. Or if you're going over to minister to them, play that game with them and have some fun with that. Okay, so be like Samuel, go share the gospel. The last idea that you can do this week is in the Ensign, you know, there's always those Come Follow Me fun ideas. And theirs is, you know, stand up somewhere high, be like Samuel, and instead of reading his words, you would say a message from a recent journal conference talk. So something recently that the apostles and prophets have said. And they've been saying a lot on social media throughout these months. So you can go and read one of those recent things too, especially because a lot of them talk about how they're doing in COVID and what they're doing to keep serving and how their life is different. So it can kind of really hit home for us right now as well. But one of the ways that you can do it instead, if you want to do a little bit more fun, is I made this printable for General Conference recently. This is free up on the blog and under General Conference Fun. And under each one, there's an apostle or prophet just behind the doors. And so what you can do is you can fill all these up with quotes. So on this little flap here, you can write the quote. Or there's a reverse version where you can see them sticking out already, and then you can open it up and then write the quote on the inside. And so you can just fill it all up, have everybody design their own, add in a quote for each one, and then review it with each other, or pick a random number and you have to open that number window and guess who said that quote or something. You know, do something fun for a general conference where you're talking about the recent messages just in a fun and different way. I put this on big construction paper, as you can tell. Oops, you can tell I used the end of the glue stick there. and made up my own designs as well. I used construction paper crayons so that it was easy to show up as well. So go grab that too. 5 ways to have a little bit more fun into your Come Follow Me and get your family talking about it. Have fun with those. I will see you guys hopefully again next week. Bye.